G'day mateys, it is the Down Under Entrepreneur coming to you again from the lovely, hot, sunny Taichung City in Taiwan. So obviously I'm on my way to Costco, taking a bit more of a scenic route today. Just sort of stretching the legs, getting a bit of sunshine, because hey, we love the hot, we love the heat, and got to work on my tan. So what am I talking about today? Probably a few bits and pieces, but before we dive into that, guys, obviously if you're enjoying the content here on the channel, smash that subscribe button, drop this video a like, and leave your thoughts, suggestions, tips, all that sort of good stuff down in the comment section below. And obviously if you've had similar experiences that you want to share, then feel free to let us all know about it. So first and foremost, pumped. Got another successful auction on eBay. My Hello Kitty and Dear Daniel Sogo wedding glasses that I picked up, the vintage ones. So I didn't get as much as I was hoping I would potentially get, or what I thought I could have got. Is what it is. But all up, after the auction was finished, with shipping included, I got nearly 25 bucks for them, which, if you take in consideration, I only paid I think it was, 20 NTD, which is about 60 cents. 60 cents, nearly 25 bucks. That's not too bad. There's, if you're doing eBay and you haven't got it already, get it. You can get it on your phone, or you can find a website that just has one loaded into it. But it's like an eBay fees and profit calculator app. I've got one on my phone, so I sort of have a look at something and I go, okay, I think maybe it'll cost about this much to ship. This is what I'm paying for it. This is what I could potentially sell it for. How much do I stand to make? So all up, after eBay fees, PayPal fees, shipping, all that sort of stuff on that particular auction, I think it worked out that I was going to make profit like $10 to $12 after cost of actually purchasing the product. So that's not too bad. Now obviously I'm still waiting for that bidder to actually pay for the item. So if you're in a situation where you have a successful sale or you have a successful auction, you have to understand that not everybody pays instantly with PayPal. Some people do check out on eBay with a credit card, which normally takes up to 48 hours to clear, in which case then you get paid. However, never ever ship until you have got paid, and until you can log into your PayPal account and see that the money is there. Because there are a lot of scams around, like it happened to me when I first started. When I first started on eBay, a little bit unsure. So basically what I did is I posted, I think it was a box of really fancy pens, and I could get them on a really good price because they're on special at Costco, I think it was. So I posted up a couple of those, and I think I had them listed for $30 and then $10 shipping or something. With make an offer. Somebody sent me an offer for $50. So straight away, because I had a little bit of experience with Shopify, a couple of years ago. So I wasn't a complete novice to e-commerce, and the old spidey senses were tingling. So straight away, I got on Google. Google is a very powerful tool if you're trying to find out shit, guys. I do suggest, if you're in business for yourself and there's some stuff that you're not sure of, or you're trying to figure out how to do something, Google is your friends. Google is your best friends. You'll find all sorts of useful information on Google. So I went straight to Google, typed in common eBay scams, and sure as anything, Basically, it was a profile that had only been created like 3 hours prior. They sent me an offer and basically said, "Oh, look, please accept the offer." Once the offer's accepted and I've got confirmation that it has been, the product has been shipped and tracking's been uploaded, then I'll forward money into your PayPal. As I now know, guys, it's not how it works on eBay. That was purely a scam. So be wary of that. Educate yourselves against it. Because there are all sorts of nasty scams out there that can potentially happen. It is what it is. It's really hot today. The next one moving on is, obviously this buyer hasn't paid. So how do you deal with that? Say, for example, this buyer still doesn't continue to pay. So basically they have like 48 hours to process a payment, whether by credit card or PayPal or whatever. So then what you need to do is you then need to actually reach out to the buyer, because maybe there's just something, real life shit going on, I suppose. And some real life stuff going on, and maybe they've just completely forgotten about it. So then it's recommended that you actually reach out to your buyer. So this whole process is going to take you just about a week, over a week for an unpaid item. Reach out to the buyer and just say, hey, boom, just a friendly reminder. I'm still waiting for payment for the auction or the item that you purchased. I can't ship, unfortunately. Standard practice and policy is we don't ship until payment's confirmed. As per eBay guidelines. And then what you do is you got kind of wait another 2 days, maybe reach out to them, sort of, if you don't get a response in say 24 hours, reach out to them again. And then after another 2 days, if you still haven't received payment for your items, so we're up to 4 days now. So if you haven't received payment for your items, guys, then you need to go into the seller resolution tab in your eBay seller hub. And then what you need to do is you need to raise an unpaid item claim against the buyer. It normally takes anywhere from 2 to 4 days for eBay to process that. And then what they'll do is they'll actually close it and cancel the sale. They'll refund your final seller fees, and then you're good to relist that item. Another way around that, if the buyer does get in touch with you and they say something like, because I've heard all sorts of things, where they're like, oh yeah, sorry, like I've suddenly got buyer's remorse. I don't really want the product, because I have an online auction addiction or something like that. So I just like bid on everything. Now my spouse is losing their shit or whatever. Then what you can do is you can actually cancel that order, which will refund the buyer. There is no money that's been transferred, but you can cancel based on address, I think it is. Don't quote me on that one. You will have to look into that one further. But that is also an option there. But apart from that, eBay treading along. It is a little bit slow at the moment, but then everybody's saying that it's slow. So do you know what I mean? It's just kind of like your sales are slow and everybody's like, yeah, like myself. And don't get me wrong, there are some people out there with big stores that are still making good money. And it is possible, especially during the summer slowdown. But, all in all, guys, eBay is still ticking along. It is still alive. So sort of hang in there. Statistically speaking, it should start picking up in like a couple of weeks. Like a lot of people are coming back from summer vacation now, all that sort of stuff. So And if you're like in apparel and stuff like that, then you should be looking at listing like autumn and winter apparel, because we are moving into autumn very shortly, or fall. But apart from that, guys, on the eBay front, like I said, still tracking along, everything's still going well, so super pumped there. The hot dog business not going so well. It's too hot, you know. People aren't interested in buying hot food. Last month it ran in the red because it just didn't make enough money to cover expenses. Because there's the reality of having like a brick and mortar store. Like if you're paying rent for your spot, electricity, gas, all that sort of stuff, like those expenses are pretty much the same every month. If your sales drop off the face of the earth, then you're going to struggle to cover the bills. And my perception of how a business should run is like, yeah, okay, I'm making money on eBay, sure, no worries, happy days, but each one of my projects and each one of my side hustles need to be self-sufficient. They need to, like, at the very, very least, they need to break even. And I've sort of told my wife with the hot dog business, because it is, it is quite a big process. It does take up a lot of time. I sort of said to my wife, I said, well, look, if we go sort of 2 months in the red, then I will probably cut it and pull the pin on it. So not sure what's going to happen at the end of the month with the hot dog business. I'll keep you guys informed. But I do have a couple of other, alternative options there that I am sort of looking at and investigating. But that's the big thing, guys. Like, if you've got something that's not going well, like, you need to be proactive. You need to be looking at like either the next opportunity, or okay, well, if this particular way of doing this hustle's not working, is there another way that I can do this hustle to make it, more profitable, or to make it more efficient, which is going to save like operating costs and cost of doing business and all that sort of stuff. So there is a couple of ideas that I'm toying with. So like I said, I'll keep you guys informed. But apart from that, guys, I hope you find the information about eBay a little bit helpful, a little bit useful. I know there are a lot of people out there saying, I've sold an item and the buyer hasn't paid, and da-da-da. And, I've got an email from the buyer and they're offering me more than I've listed it for and whatnot. So that A, it's a scam, and B, like I said, if a buyer hasn't paid, leave it for 2 days, payment still hasn't come through, reach out to them. 24 hours later, still no response, reach out again. Within 48 hours total, no response. Seller resolution center in your eBay sellers hub, open an unpaid item case, and then get eBay to close that down for you. So apart from that, guys, I need to get in here. I need to get some shit because I got a hot dog business to run tonight. But apart from that, thanks for watching. Hustle hard, guys. Catch you all in the next video. Cheers.